I don't know if you can tell by the items that I've presented in front of you, but we're doing TikTok recipes today. Like many people, I'm sure, maybe yourself included, I don't know, I don't want to presume anything, but I'll just speak for myself. I spend far too much time scrolling on TikTok mindlessly. Every once in a while, there's like some crazy food trend that everybody has to do. You can't not see it anywhere. I won't usually make them myself, but I did a video like this last year and I did have a lot of fun and learned some new stuff while I did that video. I wanted to try it this year too with some new TikTok trends, food hacks, whatever you want to call them. So today we will be trying to make ice cream bread, pasta chips, Tanghulu? I think I'm pronouncing it right, I'm trying to. And that tortilla trend that I should have done months ago. With all that said, let's get started. So the first one we are going to dive in with is the ice cream bread. I picked up a pint of strawberry Haagen-Dazs and it has been like kind of gooping up, coming to room temperature in my kitchen for about an hour. I have my oven set to 350 degrees and I have my self-rising flour right here. This is the person that I am grabbing the recipe from. I know a lot of people have done it, so I don't know the original creator of it. The reason I put my self-rising flour in quotes is because I did not want to buy self-rising flour because it's just baking powder and a little bit of salt. So what I've done is I've gotten 1 1/2 cups of regular all-purpose flour. I've added 2 teaspoons of baking powder and I've added like a hefty half of a teaspoon of salt. So we'll just give this a little mix. And then, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Apparently, all you need to do is pour your melted ice cream into this. It feels very like wrong almost, but we'll see. Now you just sort of like squish and mix. And the science of it makes sense. There's, you know, eggs and dairy and ice cream and sugar, and so like kind of all you really need to add is the flour and the salt and the baking powder to make it rise and be soft. Okay, here's what we've got going. I feel like maybe I need a little more flour. Let's just double check that our dough looks like the dough from the TikTok I watched. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. Okay, I have my greased and floured baking dish here. We grease and flour it just so it pops out a little bit easier. Let's transfer our batter. Okay, it's not filling out our pan super well, but it'll spread a little bit in the oven and it'll rise, we hope. I honestly do have like a good amount of faith in this one. It seems like there were a lot of people who tried it and it worked out pretty well, so I hope we're one of them. So into our 350 degree oven for like 30 minutes or whenever I think it will be ready. We have our ice cream bread here. It is still hot, so you're welcome for showing you. We're just gonna depan this. Ow, why do I keep doing it? And pop it onto a cooling rack. So it rose. It's not like, and it's spread out properly, which is great. It's not very tall, which is fine. Not everyone needs to be tall. She seems dense. So it definitely rose a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna add a little butter. I guess tastes good. It kind of like, if you wanna make this but you're not sure you wanna dive in, just like think of what you would imagine it to taste like and that's it. I would definitely say underwhelming. Well, no, that's not fair because it's exactly what I thought it would be. Perfectly satisfactory, not good or bad. Don't waste your time is what I'm trying to tell you. I think we should move on to the tortilla folding hack, which does seem very smart and cool actually. So I made sure to get ones that are big enough to do it all with. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 2 because the person whose TikTok I'm using this from puts like tomato and lettuce in theirs, which I think is gonna be gross when it's heated up. So I wanna do it the way they do it, but I also wanna do it a way I think might taste better. So let's try that too. Okay, so we have our first tortilla sandwich, which look how freaking gross this lettuce looks. Don't know why that's on the bottom half. Well, she put tomato and onion, but same vibe. The idea is very much there. So let's do it a better way. Let's do it a better way. So unfortunately, I don't think that the TikTok tortilla trend is a place where vegetables can live. Actually, maybe like a roasted veggie sandwich would be really good, but that's not what we're doing. Here's some flaws that I found. In no way, shape, or form should anything except something meltable that should be hot be on the outside pieces. So this first cut that we do is what goes on the inside, right? So this goes like this and then this. So this is our middle one. Let's make more of like a quesadilla kind of a situation. I've got a couple like chunks of chicken I think might be good. We'll do some avocado and some cheese, and I think we might have better luck with that. So we've got this right here fanned out. Oh wait, that's actually so fucking cute. Hold on, I'm precious. Now this will fold in. What are the two sides? So this one. So our chicken and I'm using my Organic Valley Colby Jack cheese that I love. It melts really nicely. And oh, let's do a little bit of that mayo I made. I made this mayo in my Joshua Weissman bread episode I put up recently. So now we've got our cheese down. We're gonna put our chicken, and we're gonna do another slice of cheese. Let's add like half another slice, just so it's extra like goopy. And we'll just use Munster for that because Munster melts really nicely and also has some nice flavor. So here's my idea of what the TikTok trend should look like. It should be like the thing you want the least heat on, a little bit more, the most, and the most. The sides that are touching the pan are getting the hottest. That's what I'm trying to say. And fold again. Now, let's try this again. So over low, medium heat, I'm going to place this cheese side down first and put something weighted on top of it. And now that's just a waiting game. I am sweating profusely, so I'm sorry about that. Hoppa! If anybody can tell me what that's from, please leave it in the comments. I'll give you a hint. It's one of my favorite shows. Now this, I can get into. See, this is already a million times better. Why would you put tomatoes on a whatever? Anyway, okay. I should have cut up these pieces of chicken a little smaller. But this is way better. Very highly approve the tortilla trend for like quesadilla type vibes. And I'm glad I've learned this new little hack. Now let's move on to our pasta chips. Okay, so the most recent trend that I saw get super popular were these pasta chips. So what I've done is cooked off a couple, because here's the thing, I'm just me here. I'm not gonna make a whole friggin' box of pasta because what if they suck? Although I don't know how they could. I have cooked up some rigatoni to a little more than al dente, which is what I would usually cook it to like eat it at, because they're gonna crisp back up in the oven, which is at 400 degrees. We have our rigatoni ready to go and toss with stuff. I would imagine that you could use any pasta shape you want, but most people were using this, so I was like, let's stick to it and see how it turns out so I can blame somebody else if it's wrong. What we're gonna start with is a dash of olive oil to get these nice and coated and sticky. Bloop, bloop. And like anything, we want to season them up. So we've got some salt. We're gonna do a little bit of cracked black pepper. We'll do some red pepper flake. Make it nice and spicy. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. So now that you're turned on, you're welcome. A little bit of parsley, just dried parsley, some basil leaf. Now we just need oregano. It smells so good. I love the smell of dried oregano. It reminds me of my dad. It reminds me of pizza. It reminds me of New York. Very good memories. Now we'll just give this a nice toss so that everything is evenly coated. I am not one of the advanced people of our generation. I do not have an air fryer yet. So we are putting this on a parchment lined little baking sheet, just a quarter sheet pan. And we want to just spread these out relatively evenly so that everyone's got space to crisp up and become their best self. We all need a little space sometimes. So our little pasta chippies are ready. You guys saw how cute they look. They are still very hot. I'm dipping them in marinara sauce. A lot of people were dipping them in like ranch. I have no idea how I feel about these. They got really nice and golden brown. They're still kind of chewy, and I don't know if I'd like or don't like that. Almost feels like you're just biting an uncooked piece of pasta, but it has a lot of flavor. I have no idea. I'll tell you what, I will most certainly not be making them again, if that tells you anything. Yeah, they're very crunchy in a not fun way. So we haven't had the most luck with any of these, which is fine. That's why we're doing it, so you don't have to like go buy all this stuff. We're gonna try Tanghulu, which these recipes don't give like exact measurements. It looks like it's about a 2-to-1 ratio sugar to water, so we'll do that. And I'm doing it in a super shallow pan. I do not recommend that. I have just made all of my other pans very dirty, and this is the only one I have left, and I'm only doing a couple pieces of fruit. Okay, and we're not supposed to stir it. I feel like it needs maybe a little more. It's supposed to come to a boil. I have the fruit that I'm going to use and a little bit of ice water to test when my sugar is ready, but when it boils, I will come find you and then we'll get our whole thing started. Also, please, please be so careful when you're around sugar. It's one of the worst burns you can get is a sugar burn. So just be like extremely, extremely cautious. Do this with somebody around, be careful. I think maybe I put too much water in. Okay, more stuff is happening. I put too much water in. That's the consensus I've come to. Let's see if I can just add a little more sugar. Is that an awful idea? Let's try it with this one. Let's just give it a shot. Dunk in the water. Is it crunchy? Let's start over. So if this doesn't work, then it just doesn't work. It's worked for a million other people and I'm like, no, I think it's wrong. Okay, we're definitely getting somewhere. Look, 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 we're getting somewhere. So I do think we're at a better spot than we were before. Okay, this looks really promising. Okay, so it's clearly my fault, but I don't know how to fix it. I don't like when I don't do things perfectly the first time. That's why I never played sports or did an instrument. Okay, okay. Everybody, hang out. We're almost there. We're almost there. Whatever, I'm just gonna do it. I can't wait any longer. What's it gonna do? Keep not working? Twisty, twisty, into the ice water. Okay, and then let's do a mango also. So something definitely happened. It's shiny. So the inside of the strawberry is very hot, and this candy is not correct on the outside. Let's try the mango. Look, it did do it though. So, I honestly don't even know if the Tanghulu one is worth it. I very clearly messed it up because it's worked for 1,000 other people. So like that's my fault, but sugar work is such a tricky business. Now I've got to throw out all that sugar that's burnt and deal with all of that. I don't know if that one's worth it. If it looks amazing to you, absolutely do it. From my research, the place of origin for Tanghulu is in China, which I bet it's unbelievable there and I can't wait to go and try it, but I definitely messed it up. It's tricky to work with sugar, so I would just advise you to be careful if you are gonna do this one. But yeah, okay, those were the TikTok trends we wanted to try today. Let me know if you guys liked this video because I would love to film more, and please, if you do want me to film more, let me know which TikToks you want me to try because I want to try the ones you want to see. Like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the notification bell if you want. That's awesome. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.